Hi there, Simon from simonwood.com. Another array of odd whites. These are the ones, I don't know if you saw the video, the last one that was organised according to the height of the bottle. Well, these are the short dumpy ones. Short dumpy bottles. Are they short dumpy wines? Let's have a see. 3 Spaniards and a Californian to finish. And we're starting up in, yes, not quite Galicia. Is it Galicia? It is Valdeorras, is Galicia here. Yeah, so it's the, in Galicia is the bit above Portugal, if you know your Spanish geography. And it's the, yeah, but it's more the more easterly end, where it's a bit warmer than on the coast. Main grape here, a grape called Godeo. So this is the Gaba do Sil. There's this river here there called the Sil, S-I-L, or the Xil if you adopt the local pronunciation. So that the Gaba do Sil, Valdeorras, from the enterprising Telmo Rodriguez. And this is 2010. Godeo is a fascinating grape. I wish there was a bit more of it around the world, because there's a great winery now. Is it Rafael Palacios or is it Rico? I get my Palacios mixed up, but it's some relation of Alvaro Palacios, who makes Priorat, and I think it's Rafael, and he makes fabulous stuff which ages, and after about 5 years old you'd think, is this great white Burgundy? No, it's great Godeo. Well, this smells like young, tender, unoaked wine. If there's oak there, it's ever so subtle. I can't really see any influence of it. What I do get is a slight nuttiness and almost a touch of honey. I think it'll have been aged on the lees for a bit. And what this has done is the fruit characters of Godeo, I think of them as almost like elements of a bit of Semillon and a bit of Sauvignon. So it's got like the fat waxiness of Semillon and some of that citrusy, yeah, green apple edge. Almost sounds more like Riesling than Sauvignon, but I always think of it as more aromatically like Sauvignon. Maybe not the verging on the petrol and verging on the floral in the way that that Riesling is. So that's my analogy. Let's see if it tastes like that. One of those wines that's got really lovely texture. Yes, it's got this nice peachy pear and that slightly waxy fruit character. And a bit of the citrus as well. But then, in terms of what you're left with in your mouth, you're left with as if someone slightly coated it with something rather pleasant, and you're left thinking, I want another drink of this. So I'm going to have another drink. And then, just when you think it's all about texture and flavour of fruit, there's this mineral character that comes through. There's a fine-boned, yes, there's a bit of the nutty, leesy thing that's adding to life beyond fruit, but other things there as well. You can see a bit of the soil there as well. Tastes good, and let's move on. We are still in northern Spain, but on the opposite side of the country now. Emporda, which is Costa Brava, so it's just inland from Costa Brava. Verd Albera from Marti Fabra. Don't know very much about this, but I know that the wineries in this part of the world use a wide variety of grapes. Some of them will be the ones that have ended up being in Cava, so which are Parellada, Macabeo and Sarello, but they've also got stuff like Chardonnay, Sauvignon, other things. Yeah, you'll see from the next blend, which has got like a list of grapes as long as your arm on it, and it's from a similar nearby region. Anyway, first of all, the Costa Brava. Well, I get this oily smokiness, as if there are some quite aromatic grape varieties in there. Maybe there's a bit of Gewürztraminer in there. Maybe there's a little bit of Riesling. It feels like there's something fat and peachy, so maybe some Chardonnay, maybe some Viognier in there. One of those blends which you think, are there almost too many ingredients? Feels like some of them have had just a little bit too much time on the skins, and there's a slight bitter aroma. Also feels like there's a smokiness, and I don't know whether that's a smokiness from oak or from one of the grape varieties and that little bit of skin contact. The wine, it feels a bit disjointed. It feels like there's a fresh bit here, there's a waxy bit there, there's an aromatic bit there, there's a smoky bit there. Feels like it's not quite sure what it wants to be. It certainly is making a statement, but I don't know if it's a statement I want to listen to too much. Let's try the next one. This is Ozel 2010, Costas del Segre, so a bit further south, sort of inland. It's Costas del Segre is Barcelona way. Ozel 2010 from Bodegas Thomas Cuisine. Only 12.5%, but Macabeo, Chardonnay, Sauvignon, Mulaturgo, Albarino, Riesling, Moscatel. Too many ingredients? Let's have a see. Well, Viognier is not on the list, but if someone had said that there was Viognier in here, it's got that rounded, aromatic, nutty peachiness of Viognier. I noticed some of the other grape varieties. There's some grapiness from the Muscatel, and maybe hey, Machabert is not a hugely aromatic and interesting grape variety. I think that's just there to make up the numbers. It's not quite as wayward as the one before. It feels like it's a leaner, finer style, and so I get those aromas there. But when you come to actually drink it, it feels quite dry, restrained, and yeah, rather classy actually. So the first one's a loud one. This one is the one that you actually want to settle down with and have a quiet evening rather than just a boisterous bash in the bar. Let's see how we get on with the last one. Deep Root. We're in California now, Mendocino, and it's from the Barducci winery. And again, no shortage of grape varieties as ingredients in this. Chardonnay Viognier, Pinot Grigio, and Muscat Canelli. Again, is this too much, or is it just right? Well, I was expecting something bouncing out of the glass to get me, and it's actually quite tight, dumb, fresh, restrained, which for California is welcome relief. It also means it doesn't smell of very much, but hey, let's see if it tastes of something. And that's where the Viognier kicks in. It's got this rounded, rich, oily smokiness, those peach kernels again, and yeah, it feels like a wine, because when I smelt it, there's this a little bit of sulfur dioxide, the thing that winemakers often put in to keep their wines fresh, and it feels like that needs to blow off a little bit. Wouldn't be surprised if an hour or so from now that has blossomed a little bit more. I've only just undone the screw cap, and so it could just be that it needs a little time to come out of its shell. I will report back. I'll have another sip first. Growing on me, but not jumping up and down about it just yet. Interesting though that having organised the tasting according to the height of the bottle, my two favourites in this are the tallest bottle, the Alzel, and the shortest bottle, the Valdeorras Godeo. But hey, who said height was anything? See you soon.